Well, good Saturday morning, friends. Mark Holmes here, and as always, I want to say thank you all for watching, commenting, subscribing, and being part of the Joe Boo Sports Report. Without you guys, as well as you ladies, you know that this literally does not work. Hope you're all having a great Saturday. I hope you're doing what you enjoy doing. I'm actually here working on the Red Brick House for a few hours before I head back home. I enjoy working on this place. This place has become literally piece of me. There's pieces of me stuck in all the walls and the floor and blood and everything else. You know, this was a Civil War hospital and they operated on people right here. Now, I can't say I've seen dead people because I ain't seen any dead people. But people have died here and their blood has been spilled on this floor along with mine. So we're mixing all that shit together and we're just making one historic house. So
Not much can rock my world at 4:45 in the morning.
Sorry. This level of cowboy hate and disrespecting and trashing the Cowboys has gone to an even higher level. There must not be anything else happening around the NFL right now. There literally cannot be. The way that they're going after the Cowboys and Dak Prescott. And I'm thinking that that's the case. We haven't had any major players, getting in trouble, other than Tyreek Hill being investigated for allegedly punching somebody. We do have Barkley, who now they're talking and stuff. We don't have the major drama in the offseason. Thus, this means it's time to pull out the old stop, trash Dak Prescott and the Dallas Cowboys, because we ain't got nothing else to talk about. And it's getting to be ridiculous. Okay, you got Shady McCoy, who's literally trying to win the job on Undisputed as the official Dallas Cowboy hater, who's going on to a whole nother level. It's not even objective anymore. It literally isn't even objective. I know that the Cowboys, that we have not had a lot of success since the 90s. I agree with that. I want more. But as I look at where we are as a franchise, at least over the course of the last 3 years, I would say we're headed in the right direction. Jason Garrett, we held on for too long. Jason Garrett was way over his head. They love Jason Garrett. Okay? They love Jason Garrett. But that doesn't mean that he's the guy to run your team. Everybody said that the Joneses meddled too much in Jason Garrett. They should let Jason Garrett cook. Well, the reality was, here's the reality. They meddled in with Jason Garrett because Jason Garrett didn't have the skills. Jason Garrett was a backup quarterback for the Cowboys and the Giants. 1 year as a quarterback coach, became offensive coordinator and then head coach. When you look at somebody like Mike McCarthy, who at least has won a Super Bowl, only one of three guys in the NFC coaching currently that has, he put his dues in. He coached under great coaches. He's been position coach, offensive line, receiver coach, offensive coordinator. He's been there and sees how everything runs. Jason Garrett never had that ability. And that's where the Joneses had to help Jason Garrett. And we muttered through those 8 years, oh my God, where it was literally, if we win the last game, we're in the playoffs. They were like playoff games, and we lose all the time. All that is in the past. We can't change any of that. Only thing you can do is deal with right now going forward. In fact, the stuff I just said 2 minutes ago, I can't change. So yesterday, I'm going to play this Colin Cowherd. This is the typical Dak Prescott, Dallas Cowboy, Tony Romo, hate and ineptitude. Let's listen.
But I saw this morning. Now, for a radio audience, this is hard to describe. But for our TV audience, I'm going to put it up. I saw this on the interweb this morning.
Interweb.
It's 4 rows, 8 across. Since 2000, 23 years, the most playoff wins in the NFL. So for our radio audience, the first row is New England almost has double everybody else, 30, Brady Belichick. But after that, it's recognizable, well-run organizations. Philadelphia 16, Ravens 16, Steelers 15, Packers 14, Then all of a sudden you can see the Colts. A lot of that's Peyton Manning. The Chiefs at 12. That's Patrick Mahomes. Then you get to the second group, and there's some really good Giants with Eli Manning, Niners in that. The bottom row is who you'd expect: Raiders, Lions, Cleveland, Jags, Washington with 1. But look where the Cowboys are. 4. That's with Tony Romo and Dak, B-plus quarterbacks. That's as the richest franchise in the league. That's with, over the last 5 or 6 years, the weaker conference. 4 playoff wins in 23 years. That's half of the Carolina Panthers. That's 2 fewer than the Jets, who've been terrible for over a decade.
A decade!
They win less than Arizona, who players will tell you the worst run league in the team in the league. In fact, forget 2000. You have to go back another 4 years before that to find a playoff win. So it's 5. They're like 27 years.
27 years!
Blake Bortles since 2000 has the same playoff wins as Dak. In life, you are what your priorities are.
Did he just blame the last 25 years on Dak?
Want to be the richest guy. Probably making a good living. But the Cowboys' priority: branding, money, marketing, business, Jerry, dollars. And they have made a fortune. Their practice facilities are remarkable. Jerry's world is remarkable. His yacht is unbelievable. New England leads this chart. What were the sayings in New England during the dynasty? Do your job, no days off. That was their priority.
That sounds like me.
Winning. No luxury. Wasn't about branding. Wasn't about marketing. Brady didn't do a commercial of note for 10 years. Do your job. No days off. I know. It's that whole toxic willfulness that people talk about. It works. So.
Okay. We all make mistakes in life. We do. And if you've ever had, like, say, credit issues, for example, and had to declare bankruptcy, it's not what you did as far as the creditors go after you declare bankruptcy. It's what you do going forward that matters. They say, you screwed up. Now that you got a second chance, what are you doing to make a difference? The Cowboys recognized, hey, we're making tons of money. We could just hold on to Jason Garrett. And they decided, let's try and do things differently. They go out. They believe Mike McCarthy is the best coach that they could hire at that time. Okay. And here's the thing with Mike McCarthy. Now, he sold them on analytics, and you can see that they're hiring another person who's on analytics. They looked and they said, maybe there's a problem with the play calling because sometimes we should be a little more conservative than what we are. And so they made a change there. Instead of going through with the prodigal son of Jason Garrett like we did year after year after year for 10 years, they're making changes. They're more proactive than reactive. Even though we made the playoffs, I've seen teams go to the Super Bowl and fire the head coach and then end up coming back and winning. But Mike McCarthy, it's amazing to me that guys like Colin Cowherd and all these guys will go through and say, is Mike McCarthy on the hot seat? He should be on the hot seat. Here's the thing. Typically, when you hire a coach, you have a 5-year window. Because 5 years should be enough time for that coach to implement his philosophy and get the players to fit that system. We're in year number 4. You can see how this roster has turned over. Most of the players from the Jason Garrett era are gone. At least all the, there's only Dak, there's Zach Martin, there's DeMarcus Lawrence, there's Tyron Smith. Who else am I missing from the Jason Garrett basic era? I mean, if there is, they're not big name players. Most of them are gone. You have turned over the roster. Now you've gotten Mike McCarthy's players. Here's the thing that's crazy. The Cowboys go 6-10, having lost their quarterback for the majority of the season. And Andy Dalton, sorry, not the deal. Ben DiNucci, not the deal. They still 6-10. We're still in playoff conversation there going down the wire. It's crazy it was. Probably the best thing was that they didn't make the playoffs because they ended up having a higher draft pick, in which case they got Micah Parsons. So you could almost look at that and say, thank God we didn't win another game and make the playoffs because we wouldn't have Micah Parsons. That's one of those what ifs. But 12-5, 12-5. That means in the 3 seasons he's been here, he has a record of 30-20. 30-20, win percentage wise, is 0.666. Now I know that's the devil. That's the devil. But here's the thing that's kind of amazing here with the Cowboys. Just think, I want you to listen to this for a second here. How crazy it is to say Mike McCarthy needs to be fired. If you go in NFL win percentage, okay? Now this is career. I'm just taking a small sample. I'm doing a Colin Cowherd. I throw away the rookie quarterback season because Dak Prescott was good. Okay, yeah, we got you. Let's look at the win percentage, 0.666. Here are the best win percentage in coaching in NFL history. Don Shula, 0.67. George Halas, I don't know why they put George Halas below him, but he's at 0.682. Bill Belichick, 0.662. Tom Landry, 0.607. Andy Reid, 0.6. Oh, I know why they did. I think is it career wins? Oh, okay, that's okay. That's what it is. That's wins losses. Win-loss percentage. Okay. So as we start looking at this, it's kind of crazy. Now, I messed up here, so forgive me. But John Madden was 0.75. Vince Lombardi, 0.73. George Halas, 682. Don Shula. Paul Brown, 672. Tony Dungy, 0.668. So you literally have one of the highest win percentage with the Dallas Cowboys, having lost his quarterback not one but twice in 2 seasons. It's kind of crazy. Now, as far as all those things that happened before Mike McCarthy got here, all those things that happened before Dak Prescott got here, you can't hold them responsible for that like Colin Cowherd. Oh, it's Dak Prescott. You look at what the Cowboys have done since Mike McCarthy has gotten here, it's actually pretty good. 2 or 3 years, you were in the playoffs. You got 1 playoff win. You're 1-2. Well, that's better than what the Cowboys' record has been before he got here. If we go to the playoffs again this year, we're definitely in rare air because that's something we haven't done since the 90s Super Bowl. And you can look at this and say, the Cowboys have amassed a lot of talent. You've got Diggs. You've got Micah Parsons. You got Dak Prescott in the 4th round. You got CeeDee Lamb. You're drafting well. Now you've gone out and got Stephon Diggs. You got Brandon Cook. You've got better personnel. The only thing that gives me pause is the Cowboys' offensive line. It's going to be how well does that group play? So, all of this hate that the Cowboys get, I think it's a little too much. It's just that right now, shit's slow. Ain't got nothing else to talk about. Anyway, I'm rather proud of this place. You can see over there where I plastered the first coat of plaster on the wall over there. It looked like this one. Actually, it looked worse than this one yesterday. I'm going to plaster this side over here and plaster over there. Start to get this place looking good, because this, my friends, is going to be my studio part due. When I'm down here working, I'll be here. I'll be here bringing you the news on the Cowboys. And I can't wait till we start actually having real news to talk about, as opposed to all the bullshit that we get right now. Hope you're having a great day. Peace out.